Hi, I'm Valeria Stone from Start Business in France, and I help expats create and manage their business in France so they can concentrate on developing their activity. So in these new Q&A sessions, I'm going to be covering 4 questions that I've received through Facebook and Instagram, and we're going to be talking about hiring someone with your business, selling online on marketplaces as a micro entrepreneur. We're going to be talking about social charges, and we're going to be talking about having unemployment allowance when you are creating your business. So I'm starting with a question from Licia. She owns a small indoor play area for children. She has 1 employee, and she often hires someone for birthday parties as a casual contract. And she wants to know if she can use TESE or if she's better off doing a payslip through using her accountant. So TESE is Titre Emploi Service Entreprise. So it's a very useful tool that is designed for small businesses. So if you want to hire someone more on odd contract, if you need a regular employee, it's a bit like CESU if you hire someone to look after your children or to do homework, help, or garden maintenance. It enables you to hire someone and pay them through a special check, which does the work contract, and URSSAF will calculate the social charges. So TESE is great for small businesses wanting to hire someone on odd contract, casual working. You would have an appointment with URSSAF if you want them to explain how it works, but basically you get a checkbook which also work as a work contract. So you write the net amount to that person, and then URSSAF will issue a payslip to that person, collect the employee social charges, calculate the employee social charges, and then have you pay the employee social charges. So using TESE or having an accountant usually invoice you about €70 for a payslip. I would say if it's odd contract and you're being shown how to use it, TESE is great because it enables you to have that flexibility of hiring someone and be completely compliant with the French law in terms of employment and payslips. So the second question is from Cynthia, and Cynthia, she has a micro entrepreneur and she sells some items on an online marketplace, and the question is, I'm selling some products online. Do I deduct and declare the amounts that are credited onto my account with or without the posting and packaging? So that's a great question, as many of you are actually selling online or are paid through payment gateways such as Stripe or PayPal. As a micro entrepreneur, you have to declare the amount that is paid to you. So if someone pays €30, and there's €5 on posting and packaging or €3 of commission from PayPal and Stripe, you still have to declare €30. The principle with micro entrepreneur, you cannot deduct your expenses, but just be aware that when they came up, for instance, with somebody selling goods, you're paying 12.8% of social charges on your sales. When they came up with that amount, that specific percentage, they did assume that on average, traders, people selling in shops or online, have 71% of expenses within their sales. So when they do come up with 12.8%, it does take into account in some perspective the expenses that has an entrepreneur in general. So the answer is you have to declare the total amount paid to you. The next question is from Jenny on Instagram, and it's about social charges rate as a micro entrepreneur. So Jenny says, I declare my turnover to URSSAF on a quarterly basis and they take 20% from my bank account. Does the 20% calculation include my personal taxes and do I need to declare this amount to someone else? So I take it that Jenny must be providing some services and I'm not sure whether it's 20% short that she has as percentage. If she's a profession libérale, being a good coach or providing some services, the social charges as a micro entrepreneur would be 22% of your sales, which would cover for your social charges. So that's health, pension, family allowance, the generic French system. There will be 22%, and that doesn't include your personal taxes. Your personal taxes, which is called impôt libératoire. If you did opt for this when you registered your business, you would have been paying an extra 2.2% of your turnover to go towards your personal taxes. So in Jenny's case, it looks like she hasn't opted for the income tax paid at source, which is fine. She will basically declare next year in her personal French income tax, she will declare her micro-entrepreneur yearly sales, and then the tax office will assume her income, and then she will pay taxes then. So either you pay at source, which is called impôt libératoire, and for profession libérale is 2.2%. Either you declare and pay 1 year later. So in Jenny's case, she doesn't pay her income tax at source for now, and she will declare and pay next year. She also said that she only declares to URSSAF for now. She does have to declare to the French income tax once a year. Everybody does, whether you pay your income tax at source or not. Once a year, in May, you have to declare the income that you earned the year before to the French tax. So you would either do it by paper for the first time, impôt sur le revenu, and from the second year, you will be doing it online. So the next question is from Passport Chris on Instagram. And the question is, how can I create a business and still benefit from while I'm unemployed in France? She's listed with an employment agency. Look, she's listed with an employment agency. Can she still maintain the allowances that she gets? And she's heard that she can get some help from the French state. Is that true? So if you are currently listed with the employment agency, just be aware that they have some support to help people create their business. So the outcome for them is not always for you to find a job. If you're self-employed, it's a positive outcome for them. So they have schemes to help you to get some free help. So you would be followed, for instance, by somebody from Chambre de Commerce or Boutique de Gestion, BGE, a body that will help you to work on your business project. And if you receive some unemployment benefits, you will be able to either maintain these unemployment benefits once you have created your business, or you could ask for a lump sum payment to be paid to you to create the business. So the idea is either you keep maintaining your unemployment allowance for a certain lapse of time, and every month you'll have to say to the Pôle emploi how much you've earned through your business. Second option is to say, I'd rather receive a lump sum of my allowances to help me launch my business. So that money is basically, they calculate your entitlements, and you would receive 50% of the remaining amount when you create the business and 50% 6 months later. But the idea is either or. If you go for the lump sum payment, you don't receive any monthly unemployment allowance. So the idea is that money doesn't have to be invested in the business. It's for you to manage, to either put aside so that you can take the equivalent of an income every month, or you can invest it in your business. What I would recommend usually to French people is to actually, if you are entitled to this and you go for lump sum amount, keep it aside and consider that this is your income for the next year, so it gives you less pressure to generate some income via your business. The other question was also that, is there any help from the French government? There's loads of help from the French government for you to work on your business project. You can get help to work on your business plan from Chambre de Commerce, Chambre de Métier, BGE. That would be for free, but that's in French. And you can also get an interest-free loan to launch your business. It used to be called NACRE, NACRE, and then now it's managed by the regions. The money was managed by the government, now it's managed by the regions, and it has a different name depending on where you are. So for instance, I'm based in Normandy, and that's called coup de pouce, and basically it's an amount that is given to you. This one is not even reimbursed. It's an amount that is given to you in order to create your business. So there are loads of help, whether it's a small subsidy or whether it's interest-free loan. But in order to get this, you have to produce a business plan, financial plan, and put this business plan in front of a commission. So basically, I would say you have to master the French language in order to go through this process, because it's slow, but if you have a good level of French, that would be interesting. So that's my question for today. Just if you have questions on the micro entrepreneur, I have a fact sheet that you can download. Check on the bio or on the link below. There's a fact sheet which summarizes how this system works and the different social charges rates with or without exoneration. So you have a good summary of how much you will be paying in terms of taxes, social charges, income tax. And also I run a private forum on my website, startbusinessinfrance.com. So this is the type of question that I usually answer. You join for a year and then you can ask me any question that you have relating to your business, and I come back to you within 48 hours. On the forum, there are written answers, that are videos, unless I show a tool, but you get a personal answer to your business questions. So I hope that was useful. If you have some question that you'd like to add in the next video session, just send me a DM or add your question below. And I'll speak to you soon. À bientôt.